Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And I always remember, gentlemen, it's a motherfucking movie. So today we got another debt video of a lady who is over 14,000 in credit card debt. So we're gonna give our personal perspectives on the video. If you guys haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and let's hop straight into the content.
Hey y'all. So today I want to talk about my journey of how I plan to get out of debt, how I got in debt, and why I want to get out of debt finally. I am 31 years old. I reside in Dallas, Texas, and this is my debt confession. The reason why I want to talk about this, even though it's very vulnerable for me, is because I've come to the realization that debt is holding me back. It's something that I don't want to run from anymore. It's definitely something that I know I need to conquer. It's holding me back from being able to live the best life that I want to live. I want to travel more. I want to be better in my business as an entrepreneur, makeup artist, and I just know that I'm not able to move in the way that I want to move because there's always anxiety that I have around my finances that I no longer want to have. And I know the only way to get rid of that anxiety, or to maybe not even get rid of it, but
First and foremost, she's talking about that she came to a realization that she needed to pay her debt. And, you know, but honestly, a lot of people be thinking that, they can just use this credit card and stuff like that. And then they just push it to the side, when they got bills stacking up. And now what I'm getting is she's in a realization that in order to live a certain type of lifestyle in America, you have to be in good credit standing. Meaning, if you want a $50,000 vehicle, if you got good credit, you can pull off the lot in a new vehicle. You know, um, if you're in debt, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna lease it to you. You know, not for the you're gonna have to put a large down payment down, and then you get a high interest rate as well. You know, and another thing is that a lot of people don't understand that when you credit is used to rent, like if you want to not stay in the hood. And when I say hood, a poor community, you want to go to a up and coming neighborhood. A lot of times they're gonna run your credit, and once they see that you're in $14,000 in debt, or your credit score is not up to par, you're not gonna be able to get the apartment. So this is what realization she's talking about. Like, she didn't have no sudden moment. She didn't have an epiphany or nothing like that. She just knows that she has to pay that money back in order for her to get loaned more things from her credit, and which is going to be a lot of times people get caught in a revolving cycle because they don't know how to use their credit wisely. But let's keep it moving.
to quiet down the anxiety is to remove the debt, which is causing me this anxiety. If you can relate to this, and if you have credit card debt that you want to get rid of, you're not alone. I am in this journey too, and I hope that you follow along, and I hope that I can be an inspiration in helping you pay off your debt as well, and you follow my journey as I pay off mine. So I kind of want to just hop right into it as to how much debt that I have, and I'll put a graphic on screen just so you can see exactly how much debt that I have. But I have around 13,800. No, it's probably like almost it's almost $14,000 in debt. I'll put the total. Again, I'll put a graphic up here. But first, I have a saver card from Capital One, and that balance is $4,755, and the APR is 29.74%. I also have a Journey card from Capital One, which is the balance currently is $3,761.
Hey guys, for personal experience, Capital One is one of the worst companies to get a credit card from. Like I feel like Capital One is a bunch of scammers. Like I applied for a credit card through Capital One and I canceled the card. Like I ordered a pizza and because they said that okay, I ordered a card, I needed some money. Um they gave me a $300 credit limit or something like that. And then I ordered a pizza, pizza, soda and stuff like that. So they locked the card cuz for some reason, and then I canceled the whole account. And do you know that they still, even though I canceled the account, like when I first got it, like I only used like $25. Do you know that they charged me interest? None of my other banks did this. None of my other banks are as horrible as this. Bank of America doesn't do it. Wells Fargo doesn't do that. US Bank doesn't do that. But Capital One is a scam, guys. If you can't stay away from Capital One is looking for people like to not be paying attention, and they're going to offer you a substantial amount of money, and they're going to charge you exponentially. But let's keep it moving.
16 cents, and the APR is 24.24%. I also have a platinum card from Capital One, and the balance is $565.
And guys, do you see what she's doing wrong? If you're going to get a credit card, guys, make sure you get the credit card with your bank. Make sure you get a credit card with either your bank or a bank that you're interested into signing up with, because the relationship, like Bank of America and Wells Fargo, have great benefits, programs that you can get in for a year. You don't got to pay nothing. But Capital One, it seems like she had a good credit score, and they got her for the okie doke. Cause she was like, "Oh my God, I get all these credit cards," and she just got all of them and maxed them all out. But let's keep it moving.
And 96 cents, and the APR is 29.98%. Then I have a Citi Diamond credit card, and the balance is $579.48, and the APR is 28.24%. And then I also have a Chase. What card is that with Chase? With Chase, I have I think they have a platinum. Is that a platinum card? The balance is $3,176.13, and the APR is 27.99%. And then lastly, I have an Amazon credit card, and that balance is $1,151.47, and the APR is 29.99%. I also have around $20,000 in student loans, but I do plan to pay off my student loans.
Wait, hold up. We gotta change the name of this video. You see, a lot of these people be flexing. So she ain't just $14,000 in credit card debt. This woman comes with the additional $20,000 in student loan debt as well, which means that she's broke. And she's not just broke; she's beyond broke. Where she's in the negative. So um I just seen people in worser positions. Is it manageable? Yes, it is. It's manageable. But for a guy who's gonna come in and clean that up, um, no, I wouldn't do it. But it is manageable. It's not like I just seen people with 60, 70, 100, $200,000 in debt. Like if you're anywhere from like 5, 10, 15,000, there's ways that you can manage that and start paying it back, But once you get up there, it's like it's it's kind of hard. It's like almost like you have to start a business or something and make good money just to pay that back off. And a lot of people end up not paying this money. But let's keep it moving.
However, I am going to conquer the credit card debt first because that is the debt that is has way more interest, that is actually really having a dramatic effect on my day-to-day life. And then I will conquer my student loans after I finish the credit card debt. So how did I get into this debt? I started off with credit like at a very young age. I was in college when I got my first credit card, which is actually the Journey card. And I'm just gonna be honest, I didn't have the best circumstances growing up. I didn't have great examples of money. I too was never necessarily taught how to manage money.
Credit is not money. Credit is a imaginary number that a bank lends you, and then once you spend it, you bring your money back to them. Credit is not money at all. Credit, understanding finances and stuff, and credit is a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Credit. Let me say that again. Credit is a whole different ball game, a whole different lane. You know, um, a lot of people make mistakes. I done made mistakes with my credit cards. Not a $14,000 mistake. Maybe a $2,500 mistake. But yeah, it's manageable though. But let's keep it moving. Let's see what else you got to say, guys.
Grew up, my parents were pretty low income. And so I just grew up watching people make money mistakes, and I thought it was normal, if I'm just going to be quite honest. I thought it was normal, but then a part of me always felt a little weird about things, and how people were spending the money and things that I saw around me. So I always knew I wanted to be different, and I didn't want to live that life, but at the same time, I didn't understand what the right things were to do. So I was using credit cards to pay for things. As a college student, I was working 2 jobs and I was going to school full time, things like that. And I was using a credit card. That Journey card is a card that I still carry the balance of to this day. And I graduated college back in 2018. Also, I'm a makeup artist, so I was using my credit cards to help build my.
She graduated college to become a makeup artist. At least only thing I gotta say about that, at least it's not more than $20,000 in student loan debt to be a makeup artist. But guys, if you're gonna go to college, like I told one of my somebody who commented on the video, you should go to college when you're 18, when you want to get out and you really want to work, and you have a kind of understanding of money and credit and loans and debt, because you don't want to be 35, 40 years old going to get $100,000 student loan, being in credit card debt, because once you become in this situation, you set yourself up for slavery. But let's keep it moving.
Business, to start my LLC, to get product and things like that. Also, I moved and I furnished my apartment using my credit card, and I wasn't really making that much money. And the reason why I want to conquer my debt now is because I am
You still need
finally,
it.
I think I'm in a position where I have a pretty high income to be able to conquer my debt. And so I actually want to pay it off because I think I have the means to do so. It's so funny because sometimes my friend would like say, oh, just file for bankruptcy, file for bankruptcy. First of all, I don't think I
That don't sound like a friend. That sounds like an enemy. You know, this dude over here, goddamn, he's just chilling in the back eating cereals, you know what I'm saying, eating her snacks, laying up, and he tell her to file for bankruptcy. You know, dummy decision, dummy move, you know. Um,
qualify for bankruptcy in the state of Texas. But also, I just don't want to file for bankruptcy. I don't want that on my credit. I don't know what I'm planning to do in the next few years. I really just want to get out of debt so that way I can be more free with my money and decide what I want to do from there. So my main focus is to get out of debt. Yeah, I don't want to file for bankruptcy. I want to take accountability for the money that I've spent and the money that I need to pay back. So and also like, I just don't want that on my credit. I don't want to close any doors, and I don't want to have.
you see, she can't do nothing because her credit's bad, and that's why she's making this video. You know, she's going on a journey. She knows how to do it now. She's so motivated, but she wasn't responsible back then. But now that money that was so called free and they made out the air, now you got to pay it back. You have to pay it back. Because you're gonna need people you never know when you're gonna need a couple dollars. When you get a flat tire or something. You know, so be honest, people. Let's be honest. Let's pay attention to our finances, and let's grind. I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next video. Over and out.